that either you have a plan, you don't have a plan, you have a medyo plan, i-recognize mo yung situation mo right now. Okay? Yun ang important, I think, after today, recognize that. So you know what to do after that. So in college, when I recognized that because there was no taga-Baguio ako nag-aaral ako sa Lasal So imagine mo how lonely I was, isang taga-probinsya nasa Manila. And it was quite a difficult time for me. And at that time, before I graduated, I got pregnant. No, I got pregnant even before I graduated, and I did not tell my parents. Because I was only 20 years old, I had a few months before to graduate. So I stumbled, it was a roadblock. Okay, kinikilabot na ako. It was a roadblock, especially before, hindi pa pag-resibo ang nilasan. So you had to not, I did not say that I was pregnant. Okay? But that did not stop me from finishing my school. And from dreaming and planning that this is where I'll go in the future. In fact, that roadblock became another milestone in my life because it gave me more reason to be better in what I do. So what I did, I graduated with best thesis in economics habang nakatago yung baby ko. And on my last day of defense, we have a panel. So the head panelist told me, "Are you pregnant, Christy?" So I said, "Yes, I am pregnant." Pero 2 months na nag-graduate na ako, diba? And policy says, we're not allowed. Okay, so what happened is I fought for it. I said I had 2 months to go. 2 months to go before graduation. So I fought for it, and the school allowed me to do it. Even graduating with best thesis in economics. So that's the milestone. So nag-delay yung aking life stage. So I had to bring up my daughter, go to Baguio. And in my first 3 years, I was not able to march, and I was not able to work. So usually in situations like that, mahuhold back ka, may pag-asa pa ba ako sa buhay ko, di ba? Na I brought to my family, hindi raw ako nagdala ng graduation certificate, birth certificate na yung inuwi ko. Okay, but again, that's one example of turning a roadblock into a milestone. I call that my milestone. So if you're going through a roadblock right now, personally or in school, isipin mo paano mo ito turn on into a milestone. Yes? Then after that, I went back so I worked with Pepsi. So it was 40 minutes away from Baguio every day. There's a Pepsi factory in La Union. And then I wanted to try working already. Because I knew there was a talent in me, I had to unlock my potential. And said I was not staying home. I hindi ko ititigil yung buhay ko yung professional life ko just because I got pregnant early. So I applied for work in Pepsi. Every day binabiyahe ko yun because I had a baby. So imagine that. So I did it for 1 year, and then I found it was so difficult for me and my baby because I was also breastfeeding. So what I did, naghanap ako ng work ko sa Baguio. So at that point, there was no destination. Wala pa akong destination na pupuntahan. But it was a survival mode. So it's so difficult when you start a career just to survive. Right? You are not living your dream. You're just going to work just so you have something to eat. Right? So that is my second milestone. I did not want this to happen to everyone. Kasi kapag I feel that work is for survival, there is inequality in the world. Tama? You're not living until every Filipino is living their purpose and living their dream. That is because there is inequality. So I said, I know that most of us starts works because for survival, but you can imagine if you're living your purpose every day, it really unlocks your potential as a leader. So that was my second motivation. Okay, makakontribute ako sa pagbaba ng inequality, but by making sure that everyone lives their purpose. Hence, that's why I'm committed to leadership talks like this. Okay, pangatlo. So after that, I said, when medyo nakakaluwag na, kumakain na ako every day, I'm able to bring food to my family. I said, I started dreaming already. So, imagine niyo those, kaya ang difficult na kapag nahihirapan tayo sa araw-araw na buhay natin, you cannot dream, di ba? Hindi ka makapangarap. So, kailangan you have to make sure that you bring Filipinos to a level where they can dream. Okay? So, beyond yourself, isipin mo kung may gagawin ka, kailangan mali-level yung playing fields about Filipino that everybody will be able to dream. Because kapag you're able to dream again, you will again unlock your potential as maximum potential. So that stage in life, when medyo I was able to already feed myself and my family, so that's when I started dreaming. I said I wanted to be part of the biggest food and beverage company of the world. So that's when I started dreaming already. And so when you dream, but again you enter, and you have to try different stages first. Kasi hindi man siya perfect na yung gusto mo agad, yun yung work mo, di ba? Because I didn't know, but I saw that I enjoy talking to people. I get joy talking to people. And it was that when I realized I wanted to be in sales. Yes? And then I like mentoring people. I like unlocking the talent of people. Then I said I wanted to become a leader in sales. Okay, so if you can see already that stage, that point of my life, that I was already, I find joy in mentoring, talking to people, but you wouldn't even think that that's what sales is all about, right? Pero may mapagtatali-tali mo lang siya. And then I like networking. So, because networking is about knowing about people. Diba? Hindi your intention really is to learn from people and know more about them. But if your end intention for networking is to get something from someone, I think networking will not work for you. Okay? If it's the wrong objective. And at that point, when I was already in sales, I found that I had interest already in working with the communities when I joined this organization called Junior Chamber International through my husband. Okay? And that's when I saw that I was committed. So you see already you have a clear objective and dream in mind. And then second is you already find, you see your leadership skills, your mentoring skills. Okay, you realize that. And then after that, you will see, ando ka na yung advocacy mo. When I was in sales, I went to the communities, marginalized communities, making our own program through sales. And it was not related to the work that I do. And then, the organization saw how I worked with JCI, the role that we did in Junior Chamber International. So they tapped me for an opportunity to be able to live my advocacy through corporate affairs, bringing me now to sustainability. So see, but was that planned when I was in college? No. But now I am connecting the dots, and you now are able to put them together, and instead of connecting the dots, try to plot your dots while you're at this early stage, learning from all these leaders this morning. Yes? So you see, you connect the dots, it's not always a straight line, but you have to be able to put them together. Okay? Because the dots are all connected. But the nice thing about you attending leadership talks like this, you're now able to plot your own dots. Right? Kasi me, what happened to me is, na-connect ko na lang siya after right? So, but now, you have the opportunity to plot those dots. Okay? And the next. So, but again, and I would say, it was important for me, when you have your dream, you know it? My boyfriend. Do you know it? Si Yoongi, okay. So it's the Suga of BTS. Right? So, because when you plot your dots, okay, when you start to plan for your future, I would always say, picture this. You are driving or naglalakad ka, mag-isa, wind, and then, okay, imagine mo na, it's just an open road. Okay? When you plan ahead, think of open road. Because when you think kasi as an open road, just by yourself, you will know that anything is possible. Why? Next slide, please. Because when it's an open road, that's when it feels to be a transformative and inclusive leader. So along that journey, you are developing skills also, that will help you achieve your dreams and your dreams. Okay, you have to be equipped with tools, but more importantly, you have to be equipped with the soft skills of inclusivity and being transformative. So what is being transformative all about? So it's about focusing on creating positive change by inspiring and empowering others. So if you are in any job, or even in a role that you have in your student organizations, you ensure that what you do is what is the change I am giving by, am I inspiring the members, the other students, and am I empowering them? Which again related to the 5 types of leadership that was shared earlier. So but again, ngayon hindi na lang transformative leadership Okay? Parang because of the digitalization, okay, we are already global citizens. So important to be able to be agile and to be able to adapt and us to be as effective global citizens, you have to break down barriers. Yung mga biases mo na dala-dala mo nung bata ka, I think you have to break out from that. Remove the barriers, because when you remove those barriers, you start building bridges. Mapagtatali-tali mo lahat, because hindi mo isipin, you don't stereotype any person, you don't stereotype a situation, you do not stereotype yourself. Yes? So, because when you break down the barriers and then create, you start building the bridges. Because that's where you create an environment where everyone feels valued, respected, and included. And when everyone is valued, respected, and included, you unlock everyone's potential to lead. And if you unlock everyone's potential to lead, you are able to serve your community. Because that's the bigger purpose. Alam ko at this stage, we have our individual goals. Diba? Parang ang first stages pa lang natin, yung sarili mo pa lang ang iniisip mo. But try to get out of beyond yourself, and you will see the dream is bigger, and the purpose is more meaningful. So it's easier for you to plant your dots. Yes? Mas ma-unlock mo talaga yung potential. So, next slide. That's why it is important to be transformative and inclusive. You have to be open to new experiences. Okay, just like this morning, you have been open to new experiences, and I can imagine, I see you as future leaders of this country. Because on a long weekend, you're opening yourself to new experiences, and you're opening yourself to new people. And why is this important? When I did this to myself, when I started opening myself to new experiences, so I thought I was already at the height of my career in Nestle Philippines as a sales, holding a sales leadership position. So I thought, alam ko na lahat. Akala ko kilala ko na lahat. But I had to be open to new experiences. That's when I joined JCI. And I was 30 years old then. So I wish I was 19 when I joined JCI, but I was already 30 years old at the peak of my career at Nestle Philippines. But I'd like to share with you how it unlocks myself as a better leader. So maybe we can play the video that I shared. May video akong share with them. So this video encapsulates my time when I was National President of JCI Philippines in 2013, where I worked with youth leaders just like you.
Already graduate po.
Yeah.
Nagtuturo po ako sa Jose Feliciano College Foundation.
Okay, thank you. So ilang years ka nang nagtuturo?
Nakagraduate ko lang po and agad po ako na-hire dun sa school na nag-work.
Okay. So far, what do you think about, how do you think will you unlock your potential as a leader as of today?
Siguro po upon same year progress po no, from a student na naging napunta po dito sa organization na to. I think po na hindi na natapos yung pagiging leader natin once we are done na mag-aral. Kasi po I am a student leader din sa City College of Angeles. And now po na nasa school din po ako, nagtuturo. I am an advisor po ng student publication and student council po ng school na kung saan ako nagtuturo. Sabi ko, I think hindi siya dapat nag-i-stop kung saan natapos din yung pag-aaral mo. So I think that is the time also to unlock and to open another opportunity for you to know kung ano pa yung next para sa iyo. So you need to ask yourself, bakit kailangan pa magpatuloy? So yun po, in-ask ko yung sarili ko, bakit kailangan magpatuloy? And now po, ito, na nag-join po ako sa mga ganitong mga seminar, at the same time, continue po nag-lead, at the same time, nagsiserve po sa school na pinagmulan ko.
Okay. You can have your own. Nilay ko lang baka natin si Nick. Kung sabi ni Nick, I think leadership is a continuous journey. And in different stages of life, you are a leader. Okay? A student, or kahit pa nasa bahay ka, you're not studying, you always have the potential to be a leader. You don't need people under you to be a leader. And again, like what they said, it's a continuous journey. And the more he's meeting new people and attending new experiences like this, nakikita niya the reason why he has to continue. Yes? Palampakan natin yung mga questions nito. Who, like you before, were sitting in one room and now are very great leaders in their community because of JCI. Amen? And ako, I will always tell everyone, every young person I meet, I think a critical role, a critical part of my success and my claimed success of living my purpose every day is because I was a member of this beautiful organization. So yes, be open to new experiences, be open to new people. Next. But how? So now, na-embrace mo na, i-recognize mo where you are now, anong part ka ng journey, right? That's what we said earlier. Once you recognize kung asang part ka ng journey ngayon ng buhay mo, try to already plot those dots. Connect the dots from previous years. Plot the dots. It's not perfect. There's no right or wrong thing. It can change. Recognize that the plans will change also in the future para hindi ka masaktan kapag naiba, di ba? Pag medyo na-change yung direction. And then, while you're going through the journey, you'll have to cultivate transformative and inclusive leadership. But how do you do that? How do you do that? You don't need to work. You can do this today. So first, listen to others. Okay? You have to be open-minded and curious. Parang networking lang. Open-minded ka. Okay? But you have to be open-minded and curious. You need to have a learning mindset. So you start learning. So the success of not just being a sustainability head or a national president of an organization, this applies to everyone. You listen more than you talk. Tama ba? And communication skills is not only about speaking. It's more of about listening, how you write, how you speak. So that's one skill you have to develop now. So put all your efforts improving your communication skills. Okay? And this organization will give that to you. Second, lead by example. So, ikaw, di ba, sabi natin, diverse ka, inclusive ka. Ikaw pa lang, you have to lead by example. And how do you do that? Show others that it's okay to try new things. That you can go out of your comfort zones. Okay? So this is a new space for all of you, but the fact that you're here today, you are going out of your comfort zones. And you are showing people from your schools, from your workplace, from your clubs, from your organizations, that you are willing to try new things. In fact, you're taking new risks. Diba? You can, dapat may iba kayong ginagawa ngayon, but you're taking new risks. Third, build relationships. I hope today is also an opportunity to go out of your bubbles, your tables, your groups. Okay? I hope Culiat will give the opportunity to build relationships, to today. Because today, you are starting a community of support to each other. Because that's how you unlock also. You need a community of support. And this is your community. Yes? This is your community. And then of course, you have to learn to find common ground. So sabi nila, if you are in a room na umuo daw lahat ng tao sa'yo, you are in the wrong room. Agree? If you are in a room where everyone says yes to what you say, you are in the wrong room. Once someone says no to your idea, that's when the best ideas come out. Right? Because they challenge your thought process. They challenge your ideas to a point that you will get to the best idea. So it's important, as a leader, you have to find common ground and different perspectives. And lastly, embrace diversity. Okay? So sabi natin kanina, to be an effective, a transformative and inclusive leader, you have to value and celebrate our differences. Right? Pero unang-una, first, don't stereotype yourself. Especially your gender. Okay? It starts with you yourself. Don't stereotype yourself. Recognize you're different from everyone and embrace the differences. Celebrate the differences. Okay? You can imagine how much ideas, innovative ideas will come out if you celebrate all your differences. Okay? So, these are just one of you on how we cultivate a transformative and inclusive leadership. But this is the foundation that even after today, you can apply already. So, next slide. So, now I can say I've read your expectations, no, for this 6 days Junior JCI Summit, and it's really interesting. And I can see, I will tell you, you are at a pivotal point in your lives. Tama ba? Don't be pressured by it. You know you're gonna make adulting decisions na now in a few years. Tama ba? O ngayon pa lang siguro may mga adulting decisions na kayong ginagawa. I know that in the next few years you have to make decisions that will affect your future. Don't worry, as long as you make decisions. You can be wrong or right, but be ready to be able to embrace that. Okay, just go through it. Okay, just go through it. And then, at this point, like I said earlier, it's your own journey. It's your own journey. Umalis daw tayo, let's not be too perfect about it. Important is you start the journey, embrace your journey, and expect that not everything planned will work out, will come as planned. Okay? Be ready to embrace that. Okay? So next, how you end the story will depend on you. But apart from being transformative and inclusive, I think what would make you really, to unlock your potential as a leader, is to understand what is your why. Para saan ka bumabangon? Nag-promote pa eh, no? What is your why? Because me, I started learning about my why in the middle of my career. Because I was not attending leadership events like this. But now you are given that opportunity to craft your why. Okay, hindi kailangan siya kayo pagutin. At least today, may masulat is your why. Kasi babalikan nyo yan after a few years, when you try to plot your dots, or even connect your dots, magkatawa ka, ito pala yung why mo before. Your why does not have to be final today. But at least you have a why this morning, right? Sabi nyo kanina, marami na kayong plans. So why? What is your why? Draw inspiration. Come on. And okay lang, it doesn't have to be that deep. Because when you start developing your why, the how, madali na susunod yung how. Right? Kasi malalim na yung pinaghuhugutan ninyo. That's what we try to practice every day. And pag nadi-discourage kayo, medyo nawawala kayo sa journey nyo, and you feel that you are not on track, go back to your why. You feel na nalilito ka, go back to your why. And when you come to a point where you have to make decisions, life decisions, go back to your why. Yes? Okay. So again, what we're saying, we learned this morning, next slide please, that we have same paths, but you're on a different journey. So it's important that you embrace that journey and respect each other's journey. Okay? And while you dug in to know your why, I pray that while you're doing that, sana part ng why mo is that because you want to do something bigger than yourself. Tama? Pwede mong maging why yan. Tama ka. Nakita ko nga yung why mo. Do something bigger than yourself. And you feel when you work, it's not like working. It's the most fulfilling. Every day you wake up, fulfilled. Because it's something bigger than yourself. Promise. Okay? Kahit magbiyahe ka ng 3 hours from Manila to Angeles sa long weekend, I am so happy about it. Because this is something bigger than myself. Okay? And then, recognize social inequalities. Diba? Yun yung sabi natin. Kapag nilabas ka sa sarili mo, sa iyong bubbles, recognize your privileges, and then join organizations like this, you will be exposed to the inequalities in this country. You have to recognize that. And once you recognize that, isipin mo, how can your current and your future self change the future today? Next slide, please. So maraming salamat po. Every day, you are my inspiration. You give me a renewed purpose. And you are part of my why. Okay, you are part of my why. And I'm happy, Press K, for forming this community that together, when you're members of JCI also, find common ground and find your way. Okay, so thank you very much. I'm looking forward to learning from you also later on.
Okay, so we're done para sa ating first two speakers. So earlier we had the 5 levels of leadership. So for the second speaker naman, she discussed breaking barriers, building bridges, paving the way to success through transformative and inclusive leadership. And now, we're about to move on to our next topic will be the project planning. Okay, so I just want to share, okay, back when I was in college, so isa din ako sa mga student leaders tulad nyo. Di ba? Sobrang busy nyo rin, di ba? So, tayo yung mga tinawag na bida-bida ng school. Tama ba? Tayo yung mga inaaway. Well, anyway, so yun, wala din sa, just wanna share habang kumakain na kayo before we continue. Just wanna share, ito, connected siya to our next topic. So just, when I was in college, isa ako sa mga student leaders from HAU. So doon, lagi ako nag-organize ng mga activity namin, mga events namin, maliit, malaki. At ako lagi yung parang, yun nga, bida-bida. Well, hindi ko nakala na yun pala yung parang naging practice. Kasi yun, isa akong event planner. So yun, nagamit ko. Kumbaga parang malaking bagay, laki ng tawag dito. Exposure, yung experience. So kasi wala naman sa mga academic natin, wala naman sa subject namin yung event planning, wala naman. Pero ito being a student leader, isa to sa mga tawag dito. Malaking opportunity sa atin na sobrang dami. Especially nung time namin parang every summer, dami namin mga trainings. So, di ba? Okay, so yun, pinupukpok lagi yan yung mga student leaders, especially yan sa EJCI, di ba? Tama ba? So, dami-dami nyo yung training. Well, anyway, moving on to our next discussion. Okay, just want to introduce our next speaker. Alright, he graduated Bachelor of Science in Entrepreneurship from University of Santo Tomas. Director, Clark Construction and Development Corporation. Director, Balcony and Gardens. Co-owner of Foro de la Barberia. Owner, Selegna Recycling. The 2015 LO Past President of JCI, Angeles City, Culiat. The 2020 Vice President for Area 1. Ladies and gentlemen, ang kamukha ni Rico yan. Mga kaibigan, palakpakan po natin, Past President JC Neal!
Hi, good morning. So, busog na kayo? So, pwede pa kayo ulit ng mga one na hindi naman na ulit ang chat. Alam niyo naman, as the saying goes, sa business, etc. Ang mga tao natin, ang baboy, pinapataka, bago kakatayin. Di ba? So, kayo, busog na? So, I'm very happy and thank you to JCI and Culiat, to the President, sa Chairman, congratulations, Attorney Allen. It's a pleasure kung narinig nyo kanina, I was the 2015 President of Culiat. This was a vision back in 2014 or 13. The idea was to pull the student council presidents or the organization presidents of the universities here in Athens City and gumawa ng junior JCs. So the junior JCs, what is the junior JCs? So worldwide din yan. Apparently dito sa Pilipinas, actually kami, ngayon pala kami na-release. And it's been a while. Matagal na yan. So it's, kumbaga sa Rotary, may Rotary. Tama? Sa Culiat doon po may Rotary. Yeah, kasi Rotary kasama namin dati sa Tiktingan since 2011. So yun, brief again, I graduated back in 2008. So you do the math, ilan taon na po ako. I was once like you guys. I was officer then at Teatro Tomasino, the Theatre Guild of University of Santo Tomas. I ran, was protested and disqualified for the Central Student Council of UST because again, hindi naman po ako top student. I was protested because I have a GPA of 2.51. The rule is 2.50. Okay, so again, I don't know about any of you. I don't have enough credibility to talk in front of you. But I was once a student. I was once in your shoes. So hopefully, so narinig nyo doon kay Gab, one of my good friend, one of my mentors, and people's team. Sana may nakuha kayo. So ako, I will be talking about project planning. Sino sa inyo ang nagawa ng project? Please raise your hand. Kasi okay na yan. Hindi kayo proud sa projects niya. Yung mga hindi ba kayo gumawa ng project? What is a project? Next slide. A project is a means of solving a problem. Planning is a step-by-step guide to a project. Tandaan nyo, in life, in everything that we do, project yan. Pagpunta nyo sa outing nyo, na mas, ayun si, ayaw ito na rin, mas natutuloy yung biglaan sa hindi. Diba? Because if you plan very well, everything will go. Pero mga upsides, pero everything will happen. The results of your plan will always depend on you. Not on everyone, not on anyone else. Hindi kay nanay, hindi kay tatay, hindi sa alaga, hindi sa girlfriend, hindi sa jowa. The results of what you have, what you want, will always depend on you. In your life, in projects, in school. So I believe we have 4 schools right now. CCA, collegial systems, and AUF dito. Tsaka USAID, diba? Next slide, please. Characteristics of a good plan. Organize. Sige, bakit lahat? Sorry. Hindi ako marunong gumawa, so pagpasensyahan nyo na yung slides ko is more of this lang. My friends back there know na pag ginawa ko, ganyan lang talaga. So, ang characteristics of a good plan is organized, fulfills a need, offers opportunity, achievable, simple, specific, flexible, balanced program, and well-financed, and lastly is complete. So, organized. Bakit? Yung mga biglaan, yung hindi yung biglaan yun, mga biglaan plano, hindi yung mga biglaan lakad, hindi nakaplano yun, kahit pabago. Nakaplano. Sino mag-i-decide sa inyo magpapargada kung anong kotse or anong sasakyan? Sino mag-i-decide sa inyo magpapargada kung sa akin kakain? Sino mag-i-decide kung sa akin mag-i-stay? these are factors of a project. Summer ngayon, pupunta tayo, ano ba, India. Sorry, yung panahon ko kasi. Anong pinaka-okay na pinupuntahan ngayon dito? Ha? Subic. O, paano pupunta na Subic? May kotse ba? O, wala. Kasal yung oras ng mga bus. Pupunta na lang pa tayo tow terminal, tapos i-intay tayo ng bus. Things like this. Has to be organized. You have to know. Someone in the group, definitely one in the group, will think about all of this. If you guys want to succeed in life, you really have to plan every single detail. Has to be organized. No? So ano yung need na yun? Yung need natin na magtampisaw. Need natin makapag-post ng selfie. Yung need natin na magbasa ng araw. I don't know about you guys. Ako, as much as possible, umiiwas na ako sa araw. Because sunog na po ako. So, diba, hindi ako ganito before. So, pero because of work, diba? Next slide, please. Purpose talk. Ito, tandaan na, please. Sino sa inyo yung mga victim? I don't know, baka hindi kayo namin, pero most of us, we have these victim stories. Na feeling natin, pasan natin yung mundo. Iwasan niyo yan. So why? Because if something can go wrong, it will. Again, if you didn't plan it, if something will go wrong, will go wrong. Nothing is as simple as it looks. Everything costs more money than you actually have. Dahil dito sa mga projects yun. If you explain something very clearly for everyone to understand, there will be always someone who did not. Sino dito yung presidents? Or the highest position in the organization? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Diba? Na-experience yun na. Sinabi mo, girl, ganito tayo gagawin natin, ganyan. Ganyan tayo sa ganyan na ganyan oras, ganyan. Pero meron isa pa ako rin magtatanong, anong oras kasi? Diba? It happens. Nasa sa inyo, kung paano nyo tatanggapin yun. As a leader, you have your plan, be wary of this. Be conscious about these things na. Kunyari, may barkada kayo. Meron talagang kamuti eh. Sorry for the word. May mga kamuti talaga eh. Diba? Sa atin kapag kamuti na talaga eh. Pero they're part of the team. We don't leave anyone behind. They're part of your group. So as much as possible, you, as a leader, every person you talk differently. You have to know how to talk to every person. Kung nakikinig natin, you give the same respect to the janitor as to the CEO. You always see that meme, right? This is the same. Kumbaga, kahit gaano mo ba ka-detalyahan in-explain yan, kahit gaano pa ka, meron ng translation ng English, Kapampangan, Tagalog, hindi pa rin naiintindihan. Meron. And kung yung papasira yung araw mo sa ganun, move on or help him. Pull him or her him. Okay? Next. These are the things that you will encounter sa projects. So sa JCI, we have this certain planning process. We call it SAPAE. Pakitip-tip ulit. SAPAE is? Analysis, Planning, Action, Evaluation. Okay. Number 1, survey. Bakit tayo mag-survey? Anybody? Why do we need to conduct a survey? Yes. Information and data. Good point. Anybody? Yes. Who else? Anybody? Yes.
The survey ko is i-assess the situation kung ano yung further plans for actions na i-take place po para masunod.
Good. Very good. Sige. All of these are correct. You need data, you know to know the plan of action, the needs, kung ano yung mga dapat gawin. Next slide, please. So sa survey, we gather the needs, the opportunity, the recommendation, the appointment of people. No? Saka in our case, sa JCI, we have twinning projects. So, brief description of twinning project. A twinning project sa amin is doing a project with a different local organization, which is usually from a different area or a different location. So, kunyari, may project kami sa kami gusto tulungan sa 2000, kailan yun nanda? 13? 2013. So, when that happened, I was assigned by the local government that to bring the goods na naipon na akin na city to Tacloban. So, what did we do? We tapped yung mga doon. So, these things are yung mga twinning project. No? So, you can do that also. Lalo na, you have 4 schools right now. Do not confine yourself, sabi na, I believe sigurado kasi discuss ni government. You cannot confine yourself sa comfort zone nila. Yes, you nourish that. Pero at the same time, expand your wings. Ito yung purpose ito namin ngayon. Ito yung purpose natin today. Not only to make or to, what do they call this? Improve yung leadership skills nyo. But another purpose of this is for each school to know each other and maybe in the future work with each other, or maybe in the future have projects to with each other, thus gaining the goal of what JCI is, which is a brief. JCI was done. Was established during 1915. 1915. Anybody knows what happened in 1915? Anybody? World War I. Alis na natapos lang. Parang Miss Universe na yun. JCI was established for world peace. Kaya all over the world. Okay? So, sa survey, we have to know kung ano yung kailangan. Mamaya, pumunta tayo sa Bubat. Tree planting tayo dito. Parang, tree planting ka sa Bubat, really, unless talagang kailan mo. Diba? Tintigan, you all know, I guess sinabi kanina, Tintigan is done by JCI. In 1992, pumunta kami ng Tubo. Ginawa yung Tintigan. Bakit ginawa nila Tito Ed doon? Bakit ginawa nila Mayor Ed that time? Ginawa to uplift the moral and to let people know that Angela City is business as usual. Tinapang JCI Angela City Culiat to work na honestly wala bayad. Diba? All of us here, lahat ng tao na nasa likod nyo, lahat siya wala bayad. We do this voluntarily. Why? Because of a mission of what JCI is. So, again, noong time na yun, kailangan ng pang-boost ng moral. So, that's why hindi yun natin. Ano yung projects na ginawa niyo? What are the recent projects that you guys did? Kita-kita ka nila ng project na?
Project Alaya po is for education po, since I am an educator, future educator po. So, nagtatakal po siya ng yung problem po ngayon ng ating mga student, which is the numeracy and literacy. So, we battled that sa isang community po, which is the elementary school po in Angeles. Sa Abelardo GP Elementary School. Thanks po.
So yun, again, we all know there's alam niyo naman, I don't know if you're of you ever heard of the UN SDG goals. Tell you frankly, yung logo namin is kinuha ng UN, not the other way around. Okay? Meron yan. So dito sa Angeles, sige, anybody, what do you think is needs or your point of view sa Angeles City? Taga-Angeles kayo lahat. Hindi, most. Kapampangan ko man. Bakit hindi tama kapapangan? Hindi din. Okay. Sa Angeles, siguro naman lahat kayo nakapunta na ng Angeles. What do you think Angeles needs? Survey nyo, sarili nyo. Anybody? Ano yung pinaka-major issue nyo sa Angeles? Traffic. Waste disposal. Waste management, diba? Ano ba? Parking? Social parking, yes. Sewage system. See? Yun yung mga problem. Now, as school leaders, student leaders, pwede yung targetin yan. Okay? Analysis. Siguro naman narinig nyo na itong SMART na abbreviation. Ano to? S is specific. Measurable. Measurable. Ano kasi nga? Realistic. Honestly, ER is nag-iba-iba. Pwedeng exciting, pwedeng responsible. Ako, I do evaluate and readjust. Because the difference is, yung project nyo, kung isang beses lang yan, medyo huwag nyo na masyadong gawin. If a project is not sustainable year in, year out, pag-isipan nyo. Because yung project na kamukha ng pagbigay natin ng pagkain, kunyari, yung mga nalilimos, binigyan ng or yung mga binigyan ng one time. You won't do that every year. I'll appreciate a project that will help a community, or in this terms, your school, for a long time. Okay, in business, it's just like anything. The short term, a decision that makes a short-term results is always opposite of the long-term result. Okay, sa analysis, yung commitment of your commitment din na to. Hindi na jowa. Actually, kasama yung jowa nyo. Commitment din na. Sa analysis. After yung survey, alam nyo na kung ano gusto nyo gawin, diba? Commitment of who? You have to analyze this as leaders, especially yung mga presidents ng taas na kami kanina. You have to know the commitment of your subordinates or your colleagues. And you have to understand those commitments. Our priorities, what are the top ano yung priority usually natin na? Number one priority is what? Sa buhay. Ano? Money. Ano na? Actually, hindi money. Pero what's the first? Clothing. So, priority natin is usually God, family, work. Diba? I mean, God, family, work. So, yung work, that comes from money, clothing, etc. Family, diba? Pero, remember this, as a leader, interchangeable. I'm not saying that God is always above everything else. Diba? Pero yung work, family, in your organization, or when I say organization, I always talk about yourself. This is you. You giving your time here today is for you to improve yourself, not to improve your kapitbahay, your nanay, your nanay. It's to improve yourself. This is ito yung sinasabi, interchangeable yan. So you have to get to know yung commitment, yung level of commitment ng nyo, tsaka yung members nyo. And yung jowa nyo. Honestly, because if yung jowa nyo hindi ginagawa nyo, yari kayo. And bata pa kayo, pag hindi masyado seryoso kayo yung jowa nyo. Support. Projected finance. May mga accountant, may nakita akong GPA dito kanina. Sino yung mga accountant? Accountant. You're the best in forecasting, right? So project financial statement, forecasting. And in our case, approval, which is approval of the board of directors. Before we do kasi, sa projects namin, kamukha ngayon, yung project na to is being chaired by Attorney Allen. And then, siya gagawa ng idea and then a-approve ng board of directors. Yun ang protocol natin. So I don't know about you. Pero dito, sa analysis, pinaka-importante yung ginagawa niyo. Project financial statement. Siyempre, lahat tayo gusto masolusyonan ng traffic, gusto masolusyonan ng waste disposal. We have the means. If we don't have the means, do we have the tools to get those means? We boil down sa analysis sa commitment and ito. Okay, so again, survey, then analyze. Diba? As much as possible, gusto kayo, who the hell doesn't want more parking? Who the hell doesn't want mas mabilis na biyahe? Diba? Mas malinis. Next slide. Okay na yan. So again, smarter, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound, evaluate, and adjust. Mamaya tayo babalik sa evaluate because this is the ito yung lagi nakakalimutan. Next. Planning. So, sa planning stage, gagawa kayo ng committee. Ano yung mga committees nyo usually sa project? Meron kayo committees? Sorry, yes, natatapos pala 3 years ko na tayo pandemic. Sorry. So technically, you haven't conducted a real project. I mean, yung alliance is a good project. Pero recent lang. Ano yung usual committees? Yun lang. Sino ba? Sino sa inyo? Ano yung mga committees kayo?
In CCACS, sir, we have these 5 committees: the Health and Wellbeing Committee, the Leadership Enhancement and Development Committee, the Multimedia and Creatives Committee, the Committee on Events Management, and the Civic Engagement Committee. Meron po kami ngayon, ongoing po yung project niya, yung sa Civic Engagement Committee, where we have this Katuruan, a literacy project for the out-of-school youth in Pampanga. So, ongoing po siya as of the very moment.
Very good siya. I like the project sa Pampanga. Marami doon. So, I believe ko yun sa Civic Committee. Wala sa Civic Committee. So, kayo, Committee on Events Management.
Committee on Events Management, tapos Health and Wellbeing Committee.
Health and Wellbeing. But that's you. Sabi kasi wala yung health and wellbeing. Matatanda na kasi kami. Events. So events, let's say, sorry, professor is about here. Professor is about here. Ikaw, makita niyo kung gano'n ka sa work yan. Kasama namin siya, gano'n na po. Anyway, sa event, what's the most recent event that you guys did?
The most recent one is yung for women's power women's month.
So, ikaw ang chairman?
No po, sa proponent po is
Ikaw? So, sino yung committee heads mo sa baba? Ay, ano yung mga committee heads mo sa baba?
Sir, bali po, pinunta po yung 5 committees po ang network na better.
Okay, sige. Kayo, what's the most recent project that you guys did? Meron wala ka? Or the most recent? Tubig? Hindi, ano yung most recent projects na ginawa mo?
Ano po, sa publication.
Publication? Ano yun? So,
Publication po.
newspaper, magazine, things like this. So meron din committees, right?
Yes po, marami.
Okay. Kaya, what's the most recent projects that you guys did? Saan ginagawa yun? Saan mo gagawin rin siguro? Saan ginagawa? Yung sa gitna? Okay. Anyway, so yun. I believe lahat naman may experience na ganyan projects. So sa namin, in our ways, we usually have the chairman. So again, si chairman dito for today's event is Alan sa atin. Alan, makapasok na lang siya. He's not a member yet, pero lumatinas na. Thank you. So sa chairman, and then we have a co-chairman. Okay? So yung co-chair, yun yung katulong niya. And then the basics is the finance, and then logistics. Help me out, guys. Physical arrangement, F&B, communications, marketing, ano ba? Hindi, sa amin. Communications, marketing, documentation. Importante. Meron kayo ganun?
Yes.
Documentation.
Yes.
Hindi send mo yung documentation. Documentation is, kung mapapasin nyo meron dalawa nagkakagala kanina. You have to document everything that you do. Mamaya explain ko rin yan. So, again, sa committees, as a leader, there are two things, you have two choices when appointing your committee heads. Sa project to, I'm not saying sa position on the board level sa project. It's either you get the best person for the job or the person who you want to learn for the job. Kasi you can get, like, syempre sa business, ako, kung kukuha ako ng, let's say, marketing ko, I'll look for the best marketing graduate. Diba? Pero in a project, sa mga ganitong projects, lalo na sa inyo, sa mga organizations, it's either you do that, or you get someone who you want to learn. And then get there. Okay? So, sa planning part is you visualize calendar. How do you do a calendar sa project? Nagka-calendar kayo when you do a project? Like, Gantt chart? Diba? How do you start that? How do you start the calendar? You start the calendar from backwards. Kunyari, the date is, kunyari, the is October 22, 21. Ay, 21, 22. So backwards ka. Dapat by October 18, tapos na lahat. Ay, na-release na lahat yung sige sa teknika. By October 18, dapat nabili na lahat ang complimentary tickets na gagamitin ng mga magkatrabaho sa loob. Dapat by October 10, on our side, sa finance side, na brief na lahat yung volunteers sa finance side tsaka sa security-wise. Dapat backwards ka. That's how you plan a calendar. And then, as much as you can, I'm not saying it happens, actually it never happens that you always go 100% of your plan. As much as you can, sundin yung calendar niyo. Because this calendar is your deadline to yourself. Kayo naman magpa-plan nyo, hindi naman yung tao. So wala kayo yung masisisihin kung gusto nyo. Okay? Everyone, and make sure that, again, everyone is in line with your goal. Doon sa na-analyze nyo ay na-survey nyo. Action. So ito na. So you have to conduct oculars and explain this mamaya. Gusto nyo ito, di ba? Ako hindi ako sponsor, wala ako daw yan. So yun ito, di ba? Explain ko further how you guys can get sponsors. Diba? Okay, and lastly, action. As a leader, you have to know is that everyone is doing their part. You don't have to micromanage. If you micromanage something, hindi mo na nakikita yung picture. Right? So as a leader, stay away from micromanaging. Dapat, talagang, you just have to make sure that your co-chair is doing their part, your finance is doing their part, the physical arrangement is doing their part, the food and beverage is doing their part. Diba? Everything is well planned. And then you just have to, pinakamahirap sa lahat, you just have to trust them. Hindi mo to ka I don't know, baka yung gusto nyo magkakamag-anak o magkakapatid. Pero most of the time, hindi mo ito kamag-anak, hindi mo ito. So how would you trust him that he will not fuck up? Voluntarily na tandaan niya. Kailangan niya. Give chance. Okay? Next slide. Implementing the plan is you have to promote the plan. Select the right people, supervise and view. Next. Yeah. When you're in action, it has to be efficient with integrity. Kailangan natin ng ano ba daw? So, sige, sa theater noon, kailangan, that time kailangan kami ng, we were looking for a certain type of glass. Wala. So, okay. Sinasabi ko, efficiency with integrity. We were looking for a certain type of glass for display. No? Wala kaming nahanap. May nakita kami sa simbahan. Honestly, sa theater, it's beg, borrow, or steal. Ganun ang mindset doon. To tell you honestly. So sa inyo, yun yung sinasabi ko. It's either you beg or you borrow and beg para palitan nila. Okay, you have to be efficient. Everybody knows what efficient means, right? Being the fastest way, fastest results with least cost. Diba? Tama? Sa accounting yan. Least cost possible, most minimal cost possible. Diba? Pero same result. If you are not doing anything, it means something is wrong.